I give the floor to the representative of Maat for Peace, Development and Human Rights Association.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The deteriorating security situation in Mali has direct consequences for civilians and peacekeepers alike. The UN peacekeeping missions in Mali have been subjected to several attacks that resulted in casualties. The last of these operations was the killing of 2 Egyptian soldiers in Mali in early March 2022. The presence of Wagner forces in Mali will further destabilize the country and has even become part of the problem and not the solution. So the Transitional Council must reconsider the decision to use these forces. In this context, Maat calls on the concerned parties in Mali to provide technical support to the MINUSMA in order to promote the right to life and personal security. Mr. Vice President, of course the extreme security conditions affected the vulnerable and marginalized groups. Women still suffer in Mali. 53.7% of the women of age between 20 and 24 are exposed to sexual violence, and women of reproductive age often face barriers in having access to their health and reproductive rights. Therefore, Maat calls on the relevant international and national bodies to expedite the establishment of special units within the Ministry of Health to provide first aid, medical treatment, and moral support to rape victims, and to activate the idea of establishing a fund to support victims of the political crisis, especially the vulnerable, marginalized, and homeless. Finally, Mr. Vice President, Maat calls on all parties to provide all forms of technical support to the Governing Council of Mali in order to strengthen the investigation mechanism to enhance the much-needed accountability of Mali at the present time. I thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Thank you. I give the